Hello and welcome back to Viking Conquest and our Ironman challenge. Now, there have been a couple of developments. You can see here that I actually have a much larger army than I had previously. I even have someone with a mount. I even have a mount. Yeah, by the way, this mount was from a tournament that I did off screen and they gave it to me. This is not as far as I'm aware, this is not the best horse that you can get. But I'm pretty happy with it nevertheless because it's actually a mount. It's actually some random mount that is going to be kind of useful for us. We're actually fighting Vikings right now. And I'm a little bit dubious about whether we're actually even going to be able to achieve victory against them. Because they're actually kind of tough. But bear in mind that I also have a couple of Vikings on my side, because what I did was, as I was running around Ireland attempting to do a little bit of trading and, you know, wool acquisition, I guess you could call it, well, basically I ran into a band of masterless men, completely on purpose, by the way. It was not a mistake. I actually did go in to speak to them because I wanted to try and say, hey, you know, if I give you a good amount of cash, will you join me? And they did. And that's exactly the reason why we have these guys in our army right now. So you can see here, these guys even have some rescued prisoners, which is actually really nice because these are elite skirmishers. I don't think these guys, I'm not entirely sure if they're pagan or not. So yeah, that's a bit of an issue. But what I am attempting to do is try and amass as many pagan-oriented units as possible, because as far as I remember, and a couple of people actually also mentioned this in the comments, the Christian units and the pagan units will not get on with each other and morale will go down, which is not what we want. So I'm going to just be capturing these prisoners here, and then we'll move on to the loot. Alright, so now this is actually going to be pretty good loot. So I'm going to take first claim on the things. Yes, as you can see right here. So our party lost 2 morale. Hopefully, yeah, oh, by the way, I've been... You can see that I've been kind of busy with the amount of wool that I'm getting. I'm also trying to trade a little bit of iron here and there, so if I see iron for a cheapish price, about 100 or so, then I might take it just to sell at some random place. So we'll see how that goes. But otherwise, as you can see right here, the loot is actually kind of crazy. It's actually kind of good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the helmets, and we'll take this, and then we'll leave the rest, I think. Maybe I want to take a shield. I'll take the rawhide shield, and that's basically all I have space for anyway. And let's see how much. Oh, I'd love to take the throwing spears. Okay, let's take the throwing spears, actually, because that has a bonus against shields. I much prefer those. Oh, these also have a bonus against shields, but it's much better damage to use the throwing spears. So I guess we'll just do that. Alright, so now this is also another wonderful thing that is actually going on. Yeah, by the way, I lost 40 morale for taking so much loot because I actually took some of the best loot, and I kind of knew that we would have really good loot there. But again, I don't really mind if people decide to leave. If that's their, you know, if that's what they want to do, then that's what they want to do. But anyway, as you can see, Brunhild and Clovis are getting on like no one's business, which is actually really nice. And, well, that's good. That means that 2 of our companions very much like each other, and that means that they are going to be great friends going forward, and we're not going to have as many companion complaints in regards to both of these. But the one thing that is a bit of a problem is that Clovis does not like Helgi, and I have sent off Helgi to go and do a little bit of right to rule gathering, and he'll be back relatively soon, I guess. Alright, so we have now entered a bit of a sticky situation, shall we say. This is a bandit infestation. Now, usually I would definitely suggest to do these things if you are wanting to gain reputation, if you want to gain honor and all that wonderful stuff, then this is a really, really great idea. And I'm basically just doing this because I think it could be really, really good for monetary gain. And that's basically it, because obviously I am going to try my best. Oh! Okay. My horse, no. Why did my horse die so quickly? Well, never mind. That is indeed what happens sometimes when thrown weapons are used in mods. They literally do so much damage when the AI uses them that it is just crazy. It is just crazy. Now, we are up against Reavers, so they are going to be kind of good at what they do. But yeah, anyway, as I said, we are aiming for a negative reputation. I tend to forget that because I have really not ever, apart from in one Blood and Steel series, ever played as a bandit. And yeah, we played as a bandit in that Blood and Steel series, and it was a lot of fun. It was actually a lot of fun. So maybe this is going to turn out relatively similarly. Anyway, there you go. We were able to eliminate the Reavers, and I'm going to take the various loot that we have here because I don't want the honor. And yeah, I actually meant to give these. I actually meant to give these things to my companions. Ooh, that's a bit of an error on my part, but it's okay. It's okay. It's not a big deal. So I'm actually just going to trade. I'm going to trade some wheat, I guess, because wheat is really cheap. So we'll just do that and take the iron instead. Okay, so it is about time that we participate in another competition. I did do a couple of those when I was off screen. I did, I think, 2. And then we're going to be doing a third one here. As I say, I did get the horse in one of them, and I was pretty lucky to get that, to be honest, because I really thought that I was not going to get any of the rewards. You know, it's pretty sad, to be honest, that we haven't gotten anything, to be honest, yet. So, yeah, it's kind of nice that we are going to be able to at least maybe win some of these. I'm perfectly happy to die there. And we're still actually injured. I'm actually kind of surprised. It took me quite a bit of time to actually get over here. And I guess I must have taken more damage than I anticipated in the previous in the previous fight. So that's kind of a shame because I was really hoping that we'd be at full HP when dealing with this competition, but I think we should be absolutely fine. Bear in mind that what we're also going to do is we might go to Hadrian's Wall, because someone actually told me that there's a companion there. I seem to remember that it is a skirmisher type unit. Could be pretty fun to gain him for our army. And yeah, I think we need to bring wheat or something like that, bags of wheat. I'm not entirely sure. I forget about it, but yeah, anyway, point is, these rounds are going to go quite quickly. I have become, I'm not going to say extremely good, but I have become quite good at dealing. Oh dear, this is a two-handed axe. Okay, I haven't had a two-handed axe in a tournament before, so this is going to be a little bit, problematic, maybe. Come on, get him. Oh no. Yeah, my guys are taking some damage. There we go. Oh wow. Okay, two-handed axe. Pretty good. Does quite a bit of damage, you know, not too bad. All right, so let's see, 2 teams with 2 fighters. We are kind of steamrolling through this at the moment, which I got to say is actually pretty cool. This is a 2 versus 2, so obviously we're going to need to rely on our ally. Can you hit them? No, apparently not. This guy is maybe going to outspeed me with his sword. No, doesn't look like it. Oh, he had good proficiencies as well. You saw that. He had good proficiencies. He's a lord of some kind, I guess. So yeah, he definitely could have been a pretty hard adversary for us, but thankfully no. Thankfully we were able to eliminate him super quickly, so not bad. Anyway, let's see if we can. Oh dear. Hello. Do they have thrown weapons? One of them doesn't have a shield, which is good. That means it's going to be a lot easier for us to deal with them. Like that. Very nice. Nice and easy. And then maybe we can... Oh, really? A critical for 2 damage? That has got to be the most pitiful critical anyone has ever seen. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so this is the final round. I believe we're up against a veteran fighter. I have been given what? I have been given a spear. That is it. Just literally 1 spear. Can I block with this? Yes, I can. Okay, thank goodness. I was a bit worried there for a second. Okay, this is going to be problematic. Very, in actual fact. Or maybe not. Oh, we're keeping him at arm's length. Oh, nice headshot. That was kind of like a thrust to the head. Is going to do quite a bit of damage. And there you go. And once again, no reward. Yeah, I think someone actually said in the comments that they were extremely lucky in their tournaments, and I think in their first or second tournament they already had gained some of the best stuff that you can gain there, which I gotta say, wow, good job. I mean, really, good job on that, because I would love to get that stuff. But anyway, let's see if we can... Oh yeah, I equipped my companions with my various gear, so now Brunhild is no longer wearing a Norse dress. She's wearing something a lot better than that now, at least. And we can actually buy some wool here. I think I will actually buy some wool. And I think I've already gone into the meat hall. Yeah, I did sell my prisoners here. There's actually a skirmisher that I wouldn't mind recruiting. Wow, 9,000. Yeah, no, that's a bit too much for my liking. Alright, so it's about time that we actually exit from Ireland right here and actually make our way over to England once again, because I have been... Well, I've been over there long enough. I did get my wonderful Masterless Men recruits from there, and I also have basically a full inventory of wool and iron and things like that, and that's really, really great. So what we're going to do now is... oh yeah, by the way, I didn't mention this, but I am actually a mercenary. I am actually a mercenary of the Northumbrians. I mean, we would say, in England, we'd say Northumbrians, but, I mean, the way that they spell it here is Northumbra, so I don't know. But anyway, the point is, we are a mercenary of theirs, and, yeah, hopefully it's going to turn out quite nicely. No wool there, but, yes, hopefully it's going to turn out quite nicely. I haven't gotten my wages yet, which makes me a little bit worried, to be honest, but I have advanced my relation with one of these guys by a pretty significant amount, because apparently that enables you to ask them to basically recruit from any of their fiefs. And I was able to get his relation to, I think, 10 or something like that. And then he was able to provide me the access to his various fiefs. Wow, there's actually a tournament going on here? That is actually kind of crazy. I did not expect that one bit. Oh. Yeah, I'm actually wondering, yeah, let's actually ask this guy whether he has any tasks for us. Now, the the funny thing about Viking Conquest is that you can only ask for tasks twice before they don't allow you to ask any more. And it's kind of shared as well, so if you go to other people and, oh, look at this. Oh, there we go, we got 5 relation with this guy. That's really nice, actually. But yeah. You basically can go like, hey, I'd like to ask permission to recruit men in your land. Well, I've come to know you and it pleases me to allow it. Therefore, I hereby give notice that if a man wants to join you, he will be free to do so. So there you go. That is just what you need to do. You need to get 5 or more relation, as far as I'm aware. And that's pretty easy to do, especially if you go to a feast and you just happen to speak to the guy and then you already have permission from him to be able to do whatever you want. So because this is a wonderful opportunity, I am literally just gonna... Whoa, this is kind of weird. This is a real weird competition to take part in, I've got to say. Maybe we can just take them down. Yes. Take that. Oh, Brunhild. I thought it might be you. I'm so sorry. Yeah, she's not the best fighter, but she is an exceptional everything else. Oh, hello. Apparently I'm getting attacked immediately. Interesting. Let's see now. I'm actually unsure what is actually going to even happen here. Are we? Is this Clovis? Actually, because he seems pretty strong. Or it might be one of the lords. I think it's probably one of the lords, to be honest. Oh, no, never mind. It's actually just a veteran fighter. I'm very surprised. But yeah, we're spawning very, very close by to our opponents here. And it's mostly 1 versus 1s. So if you're no good in a 1 versus 1, like, well, maybe I am some of the time, then this is going to be kind of harsh. But let's see what I can do here. Yes, your shield is now gone, and you are now not dead. Oh, now you're dead. Now you're dead. Ooh, that guy. He's going to be annoyed. Oh, yes. He's certainly going to be annoyed. Okay, yeah, these are all 1 versus 1s. This is actually kind of interesting. Okay, so let's see if I can do something here. Nice. No, 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 no. 57 damage. Now that Iron Flesh is paying off, isn't it? Oh, yes. Absolutely. Oh, that reminds me, I really need to spec more into Iron Flesh. Anyway, 2 teams with 1 fighter each. Let's do this. Okay, I have an axe again. That's a little bit more comfortable for me, personally. Much prefer having access to that rather than a spear or anything like that. Anyway, there you go. Last round, and we have a spear, of course. Oh, that was easy. Wow, the final round was the easiest of them all. How crazy. Okay, so the... I don't know what it is, but I am very unlucky by the looks of things about not getting any of the rewards that I potentially could get from here. So yeah, anyway, I can actually ask for potential recruits now because we actually spoke to the guy and he said, hey, you know what? Now you can recruit some people from my place, and that's actually really nice. So I'm pretty happy with that. And we've got a pretty decent army. I'm not going to say we have an army that is capable of defeating anything exceptionally large right now, but I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, this guy, who is this? Egbert. Egbert, is he actually here right now? I don't think so, actually. So it would make sense. Actually, wait a minute. Hello. I want you to sing about me. 500 coins. Yes, there we go. Okay, yeah, so that's going to be really nice. Hopefully he's going to do a good job, and hopefully he's not going to backstab me or something like that, because he might be like, oh, I'm now going to sing about what an oaf this guy is. That might be the case. You know me. Anyway, yeah, so this guy, Egbert, I have no idea where he is. I will have to go in here and actually ask his wife if he has one. It seems like he doesn't even have one. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I would like to be able to recruit from here if at all possible, but if not, then that's just how it has to be. Okay, so what we're going to do now is basically we're just going to stay as a mercenary of this faction for quite a significant period of time, and in the meantime, what we're going to try to do is do as many tournaments as possible, try to earn as much renown as possible, and also try to, well, raid as many Christian villages as we possibly can, because obviously as a pagan, as a Viking, it is kind of necessary for us to do that. So yeah, we're gonna hopefully be able to try it. Now, who's this guy? Aeldred. He's actually not here, is he? No, he's not here. Okay, so I'm just gonna check to see whether I can sell anything here before we actually move on. I can buy some wool, but I don't really want to spend almost 400 on that. My horse is still lame, but hopefully it will repair itself in due time, or heal in this case. Okay, so let's travel to another port. So now, because we are, of course, a mercenary, we are currently at war against Dunwich, or at war against the faction that, you know, owns Dunwich. So that's obviously kind of a shame. But anyway, we're going to go to Dorstad once again. That's going to cost me 2,600. Primarily, I would assume, because I have so many troops. So I'm going to be making a camp relatively soon. And then I will deposit my unit in there, and hopefully that is going to help us out. I should have done that before we did this. But I guess it's not too bad, because we're going to gain quite a significant amount of cash from our trading here. And I think it's quite a lot. Isn't it a long distance? Seems like quite a long distance. But anyway, I did reduce my reputation slightly by, I think what did I actually do to reduce my reputation? Because I haven't raided anything. I think I did a task, actually. I think I did a task, and that gave me a honor decrease or reputation decrease. So it was a very small amount. It was just like -3 or something like that. But it's a good start, you know. It's a start. We've got to start somewhere after all. Anyway, here we are. Let's see if we can trade a little bit. And oh, look at that. We're getting 700 per one. Very nice. And we can also trade for wool and jewelry and things like that, which is exactly what we're going to do. And there we are. Let's get all of that. We can also buy the silver and the meat if we want to. Let's buy the salt as well. Someone actually mentioned in the comments that salt is actually quite good to buy. So let's do that. Yeah, let's just continue to sell the wool here. And yeah, I'm actually going to be on the lookout for a different piece of armor. Someone said in the comments, I know I'm referencing the comments, but a lot of you were very, very helpful. So I'm trying to remember every single helpful piece of information that you gave me. But basically, one of you said that getting the bear berserker armor, I'm not entirely sure on the name, so don't quote me on that. But the point is that the bear berserker armor or something similar to that is really, really good because it has no penalty decrease for skills, and it also has about 30 body armor, which is pretty cool. And that's obviously maxed out. So if you go to the blacksmith and you have him improve your armor to its maximum level, then you're going to have a really nice piece of armor that doesn't decrease your athletic skill or anything like that. So I'm actually kind of wanting to find that at some point. I think that could be really, really fun. So otherwise, we're going to continue selling everything that we have here. There you go. There's another 2,500. And unfortunately, that seems to be it. And I am going to need to travel to the next port. And we're going to go to Reba. And that is going to take... it's only 1,000. That's actually not that bad. But obviously, the more people that we have in our army, the more expensive it is going to be for us to travel. At least that's from what I remember. Yeah, that is the case. So the smaller that you can take, in terms of army size, the better. Because then you'll literally pay like 300 or something like that to go to these places, and it will be super cheap. Yeah, so wool here is actually not very good, as you can see. Wool only sells for 350 here, but wine, on the other hand, oh yes, wine sells for a very, very nice amount. I was actually hoping that they might have something else here, like, not entirely sure, to be honest. Maybe like, furs might actually be pretty good. Let's buy the furs. I don't know whether that's a really good price for them, but I don't really mind because we're trading quite a significant amount of cash right now, and we could actually trade some salt here too, as well as iron. So there we go. Let's do something like that. And do they have a good horse? Ooh, yes, they do. They have a heavy horse. But as I've said before, I don't really want to spend such a huge amount of cash on a horse when I could potentially find a horse from a tournament. And if I'm lucky, ever, that would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Okay, so let's just sell the iron here and sell another bit of iron. And is there anything else that no, I can't really do anything else here. Okay, so now basically this is the trade route. We basically go from Dorstadt to Riba to Tunsberg, and then we go back to Bebenborough, which is a part of the faction that I am a mercenary of. So that's actually really, really good, because we're going to go to Tunsberg now, and that's going to cost 2,000. Oh, yeah, we're losing so much cash just literally because I have so many units in my army right now. So if you are going to play alongside me and you haven't done any trading yet, definitely don't take as many units as I am. Alright, so we have now arrived in Tunsberg, and I think I'm going to buy some more furs. Furs do not sell very well here, but we are probably going to be able to sell some other stuff relatively nicely on the mainland. So I'm going to buy some tar as well. I think tar is pretty good too. And we might buy some tools as well. Maybe. Not entirely sure if they're going to do that well. But yeah, wool here does not sell for that much either. So we're just going to make a round trip, and then we'll see how that goes. Now, it's going to take me... It's going to be pretty expensive to go to Bebenborough. So... Oh, it's only 1,700. That's actually not even that bad. Ah, and the Bard's poem is spreading throughout the land, which means that we've just gained 2 renown. I know that seems like a very small amount at the moment, but I only paid 500 renown. No, I paid 500 cash for it, and that's really not that much in the grand scheme of things. That's literally like less than 1 wool being sold in Dorstadt, which I think is really good. And even if it gives me just 2 renown or 5 or 10 or whatever the case may be, I don't really mind because it's very cheap, it's very cheap. Okay, so we can sell our tar and our furs here for a decent amount. The furs are not selling for the... they're not selling for the greatest here, but I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to get a better deal. Yeah, maybe I can assess local prices, because we do have Brunhild, who is a fantastic trader. Buying meat here and selling it at Chippenham is going to be 200 profit. That might actually be something very much worth it, because I think Chippenham is relatively close by, isn't it? No. No, it's all the way down. Not entirely sure if we want to do that. I really don't know, but maybe it would be an idea. I mean, it's kind of decent, I guess. Let's just trade the furs for the mead. And we're only going to pay 500 now as a result of the trade that we've just done here. So I think that's pretty good. But anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. Next time around, I'm actually going to go up to Hadrian's Wall, which is extremely close by to where we are. And hopefully I'll have a couple of pieces of wheat or grain or whatever it is that I need. I think there's a lot of wheat here, so I should be able to make it work, and hopefully we'll gain a new companion. And then what I would like to do is maybe go to the strange ruins, see what's going on there, and also maybe, and I'm saying very, very loosely, maybe try the Troll's Bridge. The Troll's Bridge is it's kind of traumatic for me, the Troll's Bridge, because last time I was there, I got absolutely murdered. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.